Hey everyone, okay, so we are now 14 weeks. We've just finished doing, I've just finished doing a workout. Brendan's out doing jiu-jitsu today, and I've got Indy because it's been a little bit wet and thundery today and she doesn't really like it, so I didn't want to keep her at home. But yeah, so just finished doing an upper body workout, and because it's been raining today, I thought rather than having the excuse of not getting my steps up, that I would do some work on the treadmill to try and get them up as well. I can't remember if I've mentioned yet, but that's been something I've been focusing on over the last couple of weeks, is just making sure that my steps stay relatively high. When I say high, I mean like 8 to 10,000 a day. Good girl. For me, because I'm quite sedentary with what we do for work as well, obviously PTs, it's a little bit different, but a lot of what I do is the nutrition based stuff, so sitting on my bum all day, so it's quite an effort to get that 8,000. What are you doing in there? It's quite an effort to get that 8,000. It ends up being a couple of walks or something like that around the block as well, which is okay. But yeah, so the last week's been quite exciting for us, I suppose, because after telling our family, it meant that we could start telling other people as well. There are a few clients in particular that I was really looking forward to sharing the news with, that are already pregnant or that I just have a really good relationship with, so that's been really good. It has made things feel a lot more real, and it's made us both a lot more excited. Also paired with that, I've definitely started to show a little bit more this last week as well, which is really exciting. But yeah, so it's been a good week. Still no morning sickness. Food's okay. There's definitely a lot more effort that I could be making with that, which I'm going to be conscious of for the next little while. I really wanted to try and get my steps up, and maybe in amongst that I might have let the food carbs a little bit more back in again. It's not that I'm eating a lot of food. Really, I think I've actually noticed the amount of meals I'm eating has gone down a little bit because I'm just not as hungry. But yeah, my focus will definitely be to try and balance that back out. This morning I got Brendan to pinch my quad, my hamstring, my tummy and my hip. I didn't do the full testing today just because it does take us a little bit longer, but we'll do that when we do Brendan's full testing as well. For me, I just wanted to check in on my legs and see how they were going, because they'd had quite a bit of a jump up. My hamstring in particular went up 5 mils last time. I have said, I think in previous videos, that normally if a client is pregnant, testing is gone. We don't look at it at all. That's because I know that if we can focus on the basics of me trying to get them to stay active, eating well, putting things in place, not with a structured meal guide, but with, you know, trying to balance protein, fats and carbs and things like that, so they're getting a good variety in there as well. I know that if we can do those things, as well as everything else that's important with sleep and recovery and all that sort of stuff, that they will stay in a relatively good composition. I suppose from my perspective, this is the first time for us being pregnant and going through this journey, and all the evidence-based stuff that I have is just that. All the advice that I give my clients is based on the qualifications and research that I've done for the last 3 or 4 years, and I kind of want to put that to the test. So I'm definitely not by any means getting obsessed about it, but it was a good reminder for me when I did the testing last time to see that my hamstring had gone up 5 mils. And I didn't really think it was necessary for it to have changed that much, so I just started exercising, like doing the 8,000 steps daily was my goal, which is something I would tell my clients anyway. So really I just wasn't following part of what I would have normally recommended. I acknowledge that, and now with that change I've managed to get it down 3 mils, so that was pretty good in 2 weeks. I was happy with that because it's nothing drastic. I'm still eating really, you know, like I'm eating a lot, you know, relatively, but yeah, and it's not like I'm sacrificing anything which may harm baby or anything like that either. There have been some days where I haven't felt as energized, so I've not gone for walks when I normally would, and I'm catching them up where I have been able to instead. Obviously when we travelled up to Hamilton last weekend to tell the family, that was a lot of driving, so steps were a little bit lower on those days, but just trying my best when I can and not beating myself up about it. But yeah, because the thing for me, I really want to try and stay as healthy, as fit as strong and all that sort of stuff as possible during this pregnancy, because that is me through and through. It's not so much from a bodybuilding aspect, which is obviously what we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, but my health is extremely important to me. And also, anybody that doesn't believe that the health of the mother while they're pregnant, especially if they don't think that that carries on to the health of the child that's going to be born, are nuts. But so obviously some women don't have as much control over it as I have. We've got another lady that we work with who's a couple of weeks ahead of me in terms of gestation, and she's got chronic morning sickness. Not able to do anything, hardly eating anything. She's been on IV drips, all sorts of stuff. And I've tried everything I could to try and help change that. But sometimes there's things that sometimes you can't change these things. She's doing the very best in her situation, and I'm hoping like crazy that things will change for her soon so she can really enjoy her pregnancy. But I suppose that's all of us as expecting mums, soon-to-be parents, all that sort of stuff. I suppose that's all of us are trying to do, is the best we can with our situation. I've been lucky, and some may not call it luck, some may call it putting in the 4 or 5 years of you know, looking after my body and exercising and knowing myself so well, that now going through this journey, there's definitely been a lot of changes and some things that threw me totally off, you know, like in terms of the sickness and that sort of thing. But that lasted 4 weeks, and in the grand scheme of things, it's really nothing, you know. So it felt like a long time then, but to now be like I'm 100% enjoying the pregnancy now. You know, even just how me and Brendan are together, you know, as a couple, it's been something that has brought us even closer again, which, you know, as I say to him, it blows my mind that that's even possible. But yeah, it's been a really, really positive journey so far. I got a message from Mum yesterday, sorry, they're up in Auckland at the moment at U2, and they came out with a fucking trolley full of baby stuff, and it's, yeah, I mean, the expectation that I had of how our whole family was going to react to finding out that we were pregnant was nothing, it was nothing short of that at all. Everyone's been really excited and happy about it. Yeah, and it just, again, made it sink in how lucky this baby's going to be with the family it has, the type of people we all are as well. We're all slightly different, and we've all got good things and bad too, I'm sure, to show them. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how all that shapes out. But yeah, for now, yeah, everything's going really well. I'm looking forward to seeing where we are in the next, you know, in the next couple of months. And yeah, just doing the best that we can. Yeah, okay. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there for today anyway, but yeah, I suppose for anyone that's looking at these videos and that is wanting to try, or is trying to get pregnant, or they have been trying for a long time, or they are pregnant and things aren't going as well as, you know, as well as you think they should be, while there are some things that you can't help so much, there's a lot we can do to improve on it. You know, we've dealt with so many women and men now that have had issues and haven't been able to get pregnant for a long time, and now a lot of them are pregnant. We've also had a lot of women with morning sickness, and everyone apart from this one lady in particular, it's all gone. We've been able to help them manage that as best as possible and get them through it as fast and as safely as they can as well. Because the other thing too is, if we can try and minimize that morning sickness, if we can get you eating better foods, variety and all that sort of stuff, baby is going to be way healthier. By the time you get to 12 weeks, baby's developed. You know, if you haven't been able to eat well during that 12 weeks, sometimes it's just not possible, at least supplementing with the basics, so you're getting enough folic acid, getting enough iodine, even the magnesium, fish oils, all that sort of stuff. Supplementing with it is a really good safeguard, and it's something like, if I can do anything natural, I'll spend thousands on it. I will, because if I can do that to safeguard myself and then use food as a kind of a supplementation towards that, normally it's the other way around in life, but at the, like during pregnancy, I definitely would recommend it the opposite way. So supplements first and then the food, because food is very unpredictable. Day to day, you have no idea how you're going to feel, and you may have the plan to have a bit of chicken, a bit of meat, a bit of, you know, whatever it might be, vegetables, but there's a high chance you're not going to be able to get that, or at least the amounts you need to. So having those basics in there every day, you're covering baby straight away. You know, you've got baby sorted, and then anything that's on top of that is a bonus for baby and for yourself. But yeah, I suppose this is where a lot of my opinion's going to not change, but probably be a little bit firmer, because this is me telling you guys about my journey. So I'm going to give you my professional opinion, but I'm also going to give you my view as being, you know, soon being a parent as well. And there's no right or wrongs with that. Everyone's different, but I have to be true to that, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate me doing that. But if anyone has any questions or any, you know, wondering if anything I'm doing is right or wrong, I'm more than happy for you to message and, you know, talk to us, and I can explain. And anyone that does that, I'll make sure that it goes public as well, so everyone can see it, just in case people are thinking the same things. But yeah, okay, all right, well, everyone have a good week, and we'll see you next week.